So here is HYMC Hycroft Mining Holding Corp. This finishes at $2.59 today. That is up 11.64%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is AMC Entertainment. This finishes at $29.44 today. That is up 0.38%. So there was a lot of price action today. At one point, this was over 10%, I believe, in the morning. At one point, this was in the red as well. And this finishes slightly bullish. Pretty uneventful finish. But this was number 1 on StockTwits today, by far. So once again, we're going to analyze it. So really no company-specific news to justify this price action today. It just seems like the past couple of weeks, a lot of these memes have been squeezing. AMC included in those memes over a 2-week winning streak. Green every single day. And today was just some continued momentum. Alright, let's go ahead and analyze here. And really, there's not too much to go off of here. Not too many indicators. But we do have a cup and handle in the making. Bottom of the cup being around $13. And there can be multiple possible tops. It can be around 35, which it hit today. So if the top is 35, this would be a bearish indicator, because that would mean the cup already topped out. It can also be above 35, and anything above 35 would be a bullish indicator. So it can be 35, 45, 52, 65, or even the high of 73. So the cup and handle can be bullish or bearish depending on where the top is. Personally, I do think the most realistic top is 35. I think this already topped out, but if this does keep running, this can go back up to 45. That's the next top in this cup and handle. So longer term, the cup and handle appears to be a bullish indicator, but in the short term, it very well could be a bearish indicator. And then we do have this possible bull flag in the making here. No confirmation just yet, but this does appear like a flag pull is forming, and we are starting to get some pullback. So if we do get some more pullback, then a flag would form, and we would get confirmation on the bull flag, and that would be a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock may break out to the upside. And in the aftermarket here, this is selling off down to $29.30. So if this holds, that would be a bearish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that the stock will sell off tomorrow as well. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of $29.85 and $28.95. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be $29.85, $30.90, $31.95, $32.75, $33.65, $34.80, $36.05, $36.75, $37.60, $38.35, $39, $40.20, $40.80, $41.95, $43.25, $44.60, and then $46.15. There is resistance above $46.15, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be $28.95, $27.85, $26.75, $25.35, $24.35, $23.60, $22.45, $21.15, $20.35, $19.55, $18.55, $17.80, $17.30, $16.50, $15.35, $14.10, and then $12.95. There is support below $12.95, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, $29.44, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized. So expect a normal amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 39 to the upside, the channel starts to open up and get pretty wide. So expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 39. RSI is currently at 80, so that is very overbought and very overvalued, so be careful, guys. And this did 212 million in volume today. Very significant volume, way above the average. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Although there's not as much volume as yesterday, so it does appear like momentum is cooling off and the squeeze might be coming to an end soon. Alright guys, just my opinion, not financial advice, and this is more or less the same from yesterday. So longer term, this does look like a good buy and hold, a good stock to diamond hands. But in the short term, this has been on an absolute run, all the way from 13 to 35, which I hit today. So that's over a 150% upside from the bottom in a couple weeks here. And sooner or later, the squeeze is going to have to come to an end, and this will have to pull back. So I do believe in the short term, this is due for some healthy pullback. So it's pretty hard to tell how far this is going to pull back, but here's an educated guess. So again, I do think this did top out at $35, which is the top of the cup, and the bottom would be $13. So halfway between 13 and 35 would be 24. So I think this should pull back to around 24 to form the handle in the cup and handle, and then it would start to bottom out, catch support, and run to the upside again. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that at this point. Again, I think you already missed your chance. This has been running like crazy the past couple of weeks, and going long here at this current price, $29.45, would be FOMO. Got some pretty strong bearish indicators at the moment. High RSI, volume coming down, momentum cooling off, and the aftermarket action. Yeah, I think you missed your chance, and it's too late to go long here. I would say going long at this current price would be a high risk, medium reward play. There still may be some upside potential, but I really don't think there's too much more. So I don't think going long at this current price is a great idea. If you want to go long, I think you should hold off for right now. Again, I do think that this will pull back to around 24. So if you're a little patient, you should be able to get a much better price than $29.45. So I would support going long at 24 and lower. And if it pulls back below 24, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short now, financial advice, seems like a pretty decent play. Not exactly the best, but not terrible. Again, I do think this will pull back in the short term to 24 to form the handle in the cup and handle. So from this current price of $29.45, that would be around a 20% downside. Could be even more than that, but I think there's a good chance you can make 20% here on the downside. So honestly, that's not the most money in the world, but it's pretty decent. Going short here would be an average play. I would say medium risk, medium reward play, because there still is upside potential, so there is still risk involved. Pretty decent money, but not the most. So medium risk, medium reward play. There definitely are better short plays out there in the market, but this one isn't that bad. Personally, I'd probably stay away from it because this is AMC. This is the meme stock. You never know what's going to happen. It does not appear like it's going to keep squeezing. It looks like it's almost over or already over, but you never know. Never underestimate the apes. To me, a 20% potential gain is not really worth getting squeezed out. So I wouldn't go for it personally, but if you guys want to do it, then I can't support it. Please just do it at your own risk. So I can't support going short at this current price, $29.45, and I would say cover around 24 for about a 20% downside. All right, so pretty straightforward here, guys. Getting some mixed signals. We got bullish indicators and bearish indicators. Long term, this does look bullish, but in the short term, this is starting to show weakness and pretty good chance it pulls back. So if you want to go long, I would hold off for right now, get a better entry, and if you want to go short, not the greatest play, but pretty decent money to be made. So congratulations to everyone who made money in stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC Entertainment. So here is HYMC Hycroft Mining Holding Corp. This finishes at $2.59 today. That is up 11.64%. So we talked about the stock yesterday. This has definitely been short squeezing. Yesterday I did say that today was probably going to continue to short squeeze, and it appears that is the case. Almost 12% gain today. So still short squeezing, although it does appear like the squeeze should come to an end pretty soon. So this was number 2 on StockTwits today after AMC. A lot of mentions. So once again, we're going to analyze it. So no company-specific news to justify this price action today. Again, it just seems like continued momentum from the short squeeze. And overall, the memes and growth stocks in the market are doing really well. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we do have a gap down at 335. So that would be a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to 335 to fill this gap. May take a while, but eventually it should. And this appears to be a possible bull flag in the making. No confirmation just yet, but this appears to be a clear flag pull. So all we need is some pullback here to form the flag, and then we would get confirmation on the bull flag, and that would be a bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock may want to break out to the upside. And in the aftermarket here, this is running up to 270. So that is a bullish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that tomorrow this will run to the upside. And then we do have this cup and handle in the making. It's actually a cup within a cup here. So the smaller cup, the bottom would be 115, and it appears like the top is 310, which it hit today. So the smaller cup looks like a bearish indicator. It looks like it already topped out and it's due for a pullback. But there can also be a longer term cup and handle. Bottom of the cup being the low of 28 cents. And the top can once again be 310. But if it's above 310, it would be bullish. It can also be 335, 395, or even 420. Nice. So yeah, the cup and handle can be bullish or bearish depending on where the top is. But it appears like in the long term, it's a bullish indicator, but in the short term, it looks bearish. And then we do have a double gap up. First gap up at 40 cents. So bearish indicator there. That is telling us that the stock may pull back down to 40 cents to fill that gap. Looks pretty unlikely at this point, but possible. So be aware of that, guys. And then we have another gap up at 140. So another bearish indicator that is telling us that the stock should eventually come back down to 140. And that one is realistic to me. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is sitting on the support of 260, which I finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 270, 280, $3, 310, 320, 335, 350, 355, 365, 380, 395, 410, 420, nice, 435, and then 450. There is resistance above 450, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 245, 240, 230, 220, 210, 195, 180, 170, 160, 150, 140, 130, 115, $1, 82 cents, 75 cents, 65 cents, 58 cents, 51 cents, 43 cents, 36 cents, and then the low of 28 cents. 28 is the all-time low, so no support below that. So right now at this current price, 260, the channels to the upside and the downside are very wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 82 cents to the downside, the channel starts to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this breaks 82. RSI is currently at 78, so that is very overbought and very overvalued, so be careful, guys. And this did 380 million in volume today. Very significant volume. Not quite as much as yesterday, but still the second biggest day of the year, so definitely still short squeezing, although it appears like the momentum is cooling off, so maybe the squeeze will be over pretty soon. But this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice, and this is more or less the same from yesterday. So longer term, this does appear to be a pretty good buy and hold, a good diamond hands, pretty strong bullish indicators long term in the gap down and the cup and handle. But in the short term, we are getting some pretty strong bearish indicators, double gap up and high RSI, and the volume starting to pull back. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that at this point. I think you already missed your chance. Should have went long below $1, or even when this pulled back to 150-ish. But this has been short squeezing, been on an absolute run, and I think you're a little late to the party here. So going long at this current price, 260, would be FOMO. You'd be buying in at a relative high, and you're probably going to get burned. I would say going long here would be a high risk, medium reward play. There still is upside potential, but really shouldn't be too much more, and a lot of downside risk. So I don't think going long here is the greatest idea. If you want to go long, I would hold off for right now. The squeeze should be ending soon, and this should pull back. And I think a really good entry would be 140, where the gap is. This also may come back down to 40 cents, but I think that's pretty unlikely. But I do think 140 is pretty realistic. So I don't like the entry of 260. If you're a little patient here, you should be able to get this back at 140, possibly even lower. And if it pulls back below 140, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, looks like a pretty good play to me. Again, in the short term, this will have to pull back, and I do think it will pull back pretty significantly. So again, I do think this will pull back down to at least 140 to fill the gap. So from the current price of 260 down to 140, that would be over a 45% downside, almost 50%. So a lot of downside potential, a lot of money to be made here on the downside. This may have a little bit more upside potential, but really shouldn't run too much further to the upside. So I would say going short here would be a medium risk, high reward play, definitely worth a shot. And also, if this is, in fact, a cup and handle, top of the cup being 310 and the bottom being 30 cents, this should pull back to around 170 for the handle to form, because 170 is halfway between 310 and 30 cents. So yeah, I do think this will pull back somewhere between 170 and 140-ish, because we are getting some pretty strong bearish indicators there. So I would support going short at 260 and higher, and I would say cover around 140 where the gap is. And that should be a relatively easy 50% gain there on the downside. So pretty straightforward here, guys. Long term, looks like a good buy and hold. But in the short term, this does appear like it's due for a pretty big pullback. Momentum is cooling off. The squeeze has to come to an end pretty soon. So I don't think going long at this current price is a great idea. But if you hold off for a little bit, you should be able to get this back at 140. And if you want to go short, looks like a really good opportunity. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is HYMC Hycroft Mining Holding Corp. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.